We're going to give you a piece of tungsten for the class period to hold on to and to use to do your welds. Once you get your tungsten, it may not be sharpened or it may need some serious sharpening. We're going to show you right now how we use the pedestal grinder to sharpen your tungsten. The angle at which you put the tungsten to the pedestal grinder will have an effect on how the arc reacts to the metal. A long point is a wide arc, a short point is a narrow arc. First, when we approach the grinder, we're going to keep the tungsten pointing upwards. Again, not wearing gloves or trying to use pliers, we're going to use our bare hands to spin the tungsten against the stone. We like to point the tungsten facing up so that all the metal is pushed down to the heel of the point. You could point it down, but know that when you do that, you're going to put a burr on the tip. If that burr falls in your weld, you'll have a tungsten inclusion in your weld. We never want to grind going sideways on the tungsten. That puts striations going around it. That causes for an erratic, irregular arc. With the striations going in length of the tungsten, actually helps focus the arc forward and creating a more stable arc. We're going to have a firm grip on the tungsten and we're going to roll it. I typically will pinch it with this hand and roll with my bottom hand. Only sharpen one end of the tungsten. If you sharpen both ends of the tungsten, you may get stabbed by that end. When you grind the tungsten, try doing a sweeping motion across the stone. As you can see, if you put your tungsten in one continuous spot, you'll start developing a groove in the tungsten. This is dangerous. It can cause the stone to explode and defragment. And if you're standing in front of it when that happens, you're not going to be very happy. So if we keep the tungsten moving across the face as we're spinning it, we'll grind evenly across the stone, not putting any grooves in it. So that's what your tungsten should look like. Again, we want the burr to end up down here, not up on the tip. It's really not the end of the world if that's on the tip for practicing, but we want to prepare ourselves for industry, and we don't have a burr on the tip. We want it down here. Also, again, the angle right now doesn't matter a whole lot. Try longer angles and shorter angles and see the difference. Start doing the one that you prefer. Main thing is make sure you have a good firm grip and be confident that you're holding the tungsten. If you go in with a light grip, your tungsten could slip out of your hand and then break as it hits the floor. And that's how you sharpen your tungsten with the pedestal grinder.